Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly capture the attention of others? Perhaps you find it challenging to establish genuine and meaningful connections with those you admire. One possible solution can be found in Stoic philosophy. Stoicism, a system of thought originating in ancient Greece, offers powerful tools that surpass superficial reactions. Yes, you read that right. In today's lesson, we'll explore how Stoic principles of virtue, self-awareness, and self-control can significantly alter not only how we attract others, but also how we cultivate deeper and more meaningful relationships. This is particularly important because ultimately, seduction is not just a game of attractiveness, but also an art of human connection. So we invite you to join us as we unravel the secrets that bind Stoic perspectives. It's important to emphasize the tremendous value of self-understanding. Imagine for a moment that you're in a room full of people, and there's someone who suddenly catches your attention. What are your initial steps? If you feel comfortable with who you are, you'll behave consistently with your true self and become magnetically attractive. This isn't just surface-level self-awareness. Knowing what you like and dislike is just the beginning. It requires a deep understanding of your desires, values, and boundaries if you want to succeed. Passionately pursuing knowledge, peacefully coexisting with nature, Stoics considered it extremely important to have a profound understanding of oneself to live in accordance with your most authentic nature. When you live in harmony with yourself, it not only brings satisfaction to your life, but also makes you much more appealing to others. The importance of authenticity in seduction should not be underestimated. People can sense when you're being genuine. If you act authentically without following a predefined script, confidence isn't the result of an inflated ego. Instead, it stems from a clear and honest assessment of what you can offer people and what you desire in return. When you know yourself, you become confident, and this confidence doesn't stem from an inflated ego. This is especially true in the realm of seduction, where lack of self-awareness can be sensed immediately. Instead, it's a process that requires time, introspection, and effort. You can write down your thoughts, contemplate them, or discuss them with someone you trust to broaden your horizons. When you better understand yourself, you become more attractive. This happens not because you have changed, but rather because you have become more authentic. You are perceived as a genuine person with immense inner strength. If your goal is to become an expert in the field of seduction from a Stoic perspective, start with understanding yourself. This will not only improve your relationships, but also free you from limitations in life, allowing you to become the best version of yourself. Trust yourself and your abilities. Especially from a Stoic perspective, self-confidence stems from a deep understanding and acceptance of oneself. This confidence attracts others and makes you a desirable conversationalist. It is not dependent on external factors such as appearance or social status. It arises from internal qualities such as knowledge, courage, justice, and moderation, advocated by the Stoics. By practicing these principles, you can cultivate confidence that is attractive and unwavering. This requires self-reflection and prolonged self-analysis, but it is one of the most effective strategies for developing self-confidence. As you gain a deeper understanding of yourself, you develop a higher level of confidence in your behavior and choices, which, in turn, is beneficial for others. Confidence is also fueled by competence. Knowing that you are capable of handling whatever life throws at you not only makes you feel comfortable, but also projects an image of resilience and adaptability. It's important to remember that true confidence doesn't mean perfection. It means embracing imperfections and uncertainties without letting them leave you defenseless. This quality is noticeable and respected by others in the long run. The essence of self-confidence can be boiled down to a combination of self-acceptance, competence, and a deep awareness of your own worth. This quality is charming in any setting, but when it comes to the art of seduction, it's a natural outcome of living a virtuous life. It involves understanding and accepting yourself and presenting your true self to the world in a way that inspires others to do the same. Effective communication is another key aspect. The ability to communicate effectively is an art in itself, but when applied to the process of seduction, it becomes a talent. From a Stoic perspective, communication goes beyond mere transmission of messages or articulate speech. It involves the ability to connect on a deeper level, to listen and communicate for understanding and to be understood. Stoics place great value on clarity, honesty, and simplicity in communication. In the context of seduction, this translates into meaningful encounters where one doesn't play games or employ manipulative strategies. Instead, it's about being honest with oneself and allowing others to do the same. True seduction isn't about conquest or manipulation. It's about inviting someone into a relationship. Moreover, Stoics emphasize the importance of presence in any form of communication. Being fully present in a conversation has become radical and, in many cases, extremely enticing in today's fast-paced society where distractions abound. Simply being fully engaged in a conversation has become a radical act. One of the advantages of presence is the opportunity for active listening, discerning subtle nuances in facial expressions or tone of voice in a more authentic and attentive manner. The ability to ask open and meaningful questions is another aspect of good communication. These questions aren't just meant to fill awkward silences. They aim for a deeper understanding of the other person and stimulate conversation and self-reflection. During conversations, areas of agreement or intriguing differences can be discovered, prompting further interaction and debate. This not only shows that you're interested in what the other person has to say, but can also facilitate deeper and more meaningful conversations. When it comes to successful communication, nonverbal language also plays a crucial role. Establishing a trusting atmosphere through visual contact, your body language, including the tone of your voice, and your composure are all part of this bilateral process. It involves speaking and listening as well as conveying and receiving information, both literally and metaphorically. It's a tool that allows you to reach the heart of another person. When engaging in the act of seduction, you can create a bridge between two souls through communication, and how you build this bridge can profoundly influence understanding, empathy, and connection. If you want to have a meaningful connection with another person, empathy and understanding are key qualities. When it comes to seduction, these skills are necessary. The Stoic perspective adds even deeper aspects to these characteristics, aligning with the understanding of what it means to adhere stoically to another person. It's an emotional bridge that breaks the sense of isolation and loneliness that often divides us. Compassion for another person confirms the fundamental connection we have as human beings. In the scenario of romantic relationships or seductive bonds, empathy has the potential to become the spark igniting a great fire, the foundation on which to build a deeper connection. Genuine empathy stands out in a society where relationships are often superficial and focus more on appearance than substance or sorrow for someone. Instead, it's about establishing a genuine connection with someone through deep understanding and exchange. Understanding also holds equal importance. Stoicism advocates for values such as seeking truth, challenging biases, and being open to changing our views. In the context of seduction, understanding another person goes beyond first impressions and assumptions. It requires genuine effort to truly comprehend who they are, what drives them, what scares them, and why they are in love. Understanding another person, taking a Stoic approach to empathy and comprehension, also allows you to maintain a certain level of tranquility. This enables you to avoid making things overly personal and projecting your own anxieties or expectations onto another person. Those who emerge as winners are the ones who practice empathy and understanding. Through our own emotional and intellectual development, we become more attractive to others while simultaneously improving our own lives. Ultimately, empathy and understanding are not just seduction strategies. They are ways of being that enhance all aspects of our lives, making us better friends, partners, and lovers. They bring us closer to virtue and the good life, leading to more enduring and meaningful pleasure. According to Stoic philosophy, a crucial secret lies within the concept of mystery. Within Stoicism, the notion of mystery takes on a deeper meaning than in other contexts. Embracing this reality with a sense of gratitude and respect, Stoicism impresses upon us the importance of questioning everything, challenging our biases, and being open to unexpected experiences. Applying this concept to relationships and seduction, the notion of honoring mystery should not be overly elusive or cryptic. Instead, it underscores the acknowledgement that each person is a universe of experiences, feelings, and ideas that can never be fully known or described. Showing respect for the mystery inherent in another person is a form of seduction that enriches your inner life, filled with passions, interests, and curiosity, making you irresistibly attractive to others. This is yet another aspect of embracing mystery, not because mystery is some undisclosed enigma, but rather because it symbolizes the human capacity to appreciate emotional depth and intellectual complexity. When it comes to the game of seduction, the real mystery lies in not knowing when to send the next text message or what to say to appear attractive. Having the ability to be a complete and authentic individual who is always growing and evolving is what creates the sense of mystery. Stoic mystery, which is highly encouraged, also has the added benefit of helping you maintain some distance and emotional perspective. This is necessary to avoid falling into the trap of forming unhealthy attachments or fixations. Thanks to this, you can enjoy the here and now without worrying too much about what might happen in the future. The philosophy of Stoicism emphasizes that everything is temporary, that everything is in constant flux, and that true strength lies in our ability to accept, adapt, and find meaning in the endless flow of life. In doing so, mystery becomes something more than just a seduction tactic. It becomes a strategy for interacting with the environment and people around us. This technique not only makes us more attractive to others, but also enhances our own life's journey because it requires an open mind and a thirst to be intrigued. Primarily, when it comes to matters of seduction and relationships, the phrase "no strings attached" may convey a sense of detachment and lack of individuality. On the other hand, viewed through the lens of Stoicism, detachment is a strength that miraculously frees and empowers. Stoicism and the art of seduction converge in such a way that Stoic teachings emphasize that detachment does not mean apathy or lack of care. On the contrary, it is liberation from the shackles of emotions and desires that cannot be controlled. Understanding that the only thing we have complete control over is our minds and how we react to events in our lives is the key to this understanding. When it comes to the art of seduction, it manifests in the ability to maintain calm, dignity, and authenticity regardless of your interests. By practicing detachment, you can rid yourself of expectations and fears that often hinder genuine seduction. Now you are no longer constrained by thoughts like, "Will she like me?" Or "What if she rejects me?" You understand that these are external forces beyond your control. Aspects of your behavior that are within your control include how you present yourself to others, how you treat others as independent individuals, and how you maintain your identity and integrity in your actions. When you are on your own path of development and self-discovery, it helps you appreciate others for who they are. This perspective not only makes you more attractive in the eyes of others, but also provides space for deeper and more authentic relationships. Seduction ceases to be a power game or a validation, evolving into genuine interaction between two individuals who value being in the present moment. You can use the interaction for what it is without it being about your ego or your future. Seduction, as a result, becomes a subtle dance with authenticity, experiencing rather than possessing. This space of freedom and acceptance is often where the most significant and satisfying interactions can occur. On the other hand, Stoic detachment in the context of seduction is not a method for winning love or admiration from someone else. It's about gaining control over yourself, finding peace and satisfaction within your own company. Surprisingly, it's this sense of inner contentment that makes you extremely attractive to others. Emotional intelligence, a quality highly valued but often misunderstood, has recently garnered significant interest and serves as a key to self-awareness and understanding others in both the realm of seduction and in all human interactions. The value of emotional intelligence as a tool cannot be overstated. The teachings of the Stoics emphasize the importance of self-awareness and understanding one's own emotions as a means of facilitating more effective interpersonal exchange. Demonstrating self-awareness even in emotionally charged circumstances is extremely appealing in all types of interpersonal relationships. However, emotional intelligence goes beyond mere self-awareness of one's emotions. Additionally, it requires keen attention and sensitivity to the feelings of others. This entails paying attention to nonverbal body signals or tone of voice, which are often overlooked in verbal communication. Genuine connection in seductive interactions is established through these details. As Stoic philosophy instructs us to respond rather than react, this means that while the feelings and actions of others are beyond our control, our own reactions are subject to our own approach, which must be appropriate and fair. The essence of emotional intelligence lies in understanding when to approach and when to distance oneself, when to communicate and when to listen, when to disclose information and when to maintain a certain degree of restraint. Emotional intelligence gives us the ability to ensure that another person feels acknowledged, heard, and understood. This talent is nearly irresistible in a world where so many feel misunderstood or neglected. It fosters deeper connections with others and ultimately with oneself, providing people with the ability to engage in interactions that are meaningful, fulfilling, and genuinely connected. Thus, to illustrate temptation in its most authentic and unchanging manifestation, nurture and cultivate your emotional intelligence. Extreme self-care, sometimes perceived as vanity or selfishness, is essential for mastering the art of seduction. Stoics believe this is significant primarily because self-care is not merely an act of self-indulgence, but an act of self-respect and ultimately an illustration of self-love. Stoics believe that self-control and environmental care are paramount when caring for oneself. According to the saying, you cannot see yourself in an empty mirror. In other words, proper nutrition, physical activity, personal hygiene, and adequate rest are not incidental aspects of your overall health, but vital components from the perspective of how others perceive you. A well-groomed body is not only more attractive outwardly, but also serves as a vessel for your energy and goals. When you feel good about your body, this well-being radiates, altering your self-perception. For this reason, a well-groomed body is appealing not only on the surface. On the other hand, it's not limited to physical elements alone. Another component of personal care is dedicating time for self-reflection and mental and spiritual development. One way is to embody practices such as meditation, reading for personal growth, or even taking a minute for breathing exercises and mindfulness. When you feel a sense of inner balance, you have much more to bring into any social interaction, whether it's conviction or care for yourself. Self-care is an act of self-elevation. A person who radiates a genuine sense of strength is irresistibly attractive. There is nothing more appealing than someone who does things for themselves, demonstrating that they highly value their life and their sense of self-worth is compelling. This can be used as a tool for navigating life and, in this specific scenario, the game of seduction. By developing the ability to see yourself as deserving of care and allure, you can naturally convey this idea to others. It's not about trying to convince another person of your value. On the contrary, it's about presenting your value in such a way that it's practically undeniable. Learning this dance is worthwhile because it's beautiful and authentic. Respect and consent not only contribute to improving a person's emotional and social life, but are also essential elements for practicing seduction. In other words, seduction is not just about capturing someone. Rather, it's a process of establishing relationships based on trust and reciprocity, where both parties can freely express themselves. In this age of self-definition and social awareness, the importance of mutual respect and consent in any encounter cannot be underestimated, especially in those of a more personal nature. In this context, Stoic wisdom shines most brightly. Stoics believe that our primary responsibility is to live in accordance with nature, which entails recognizing and respecting the inner worth of others. This belief is central to Stoic philosophy. It is essential to acknowledge the importance of respecting the boundaries and autonomy of others and to refrain from doing what the other person does not wish to do. It involves engaging in open and honest communication, asking questions, listening to what others have to say, and ensuring that every step or gesture is appreciated, contrary to common belief. Consent is not a box to be checked once and then forgotten. Rather, it's an ongoing conversation. By engaging in this exercise, you not only increase your chances of developing a meaningful connection, but also clear the clouds of misconceptions that often lead to unfair or even emotionally tense situations. Stoicism demonstrates that this practice is not only moral but also a form of self-control and virtue. Stoicism, a philosophical school of thought, recognizes that another person is not a means to an end, rather an end in themselves. It is a statement of wisdom and justice, as if the other person is a goal in themselves. Actions of respect and consent are revolutionary in a society that often views seduction as a power play or a transaction. Despite the certain energy and the ambiguity that often accompanies the initial moments of attraction, this electricity should never stem from a game of manipulation. Knowing how to navigate through these exhilarating times while keeping in mind the shared humanity that makes us deserving of respect and dignity is the ultimate mastery of the art of seduction. This is especially crucial when it comes to the art of seduction, where both respect and consent allow for a deeper connection not only between individuals but also between minds and souls. Thus, you're not just engaging in the practice of seduction, you're laying the groundwork for a life that is more meaningful and beneficial for you. True, authentic connection is the pinnacle of the art of seduction. It could even be said that it's the goal of all effort. Optimal human desire transcends mere superficial attraction, attachment, and seduction. What permeates our innermost being is genuine connection with another individual, not just an exchange of glances but a collision where our spirits meet. The principles of Stoicism can truly shed light on our path in this regard. The fundamental principle of Stoicism is a life based on human nature, which implies establishing meaningful connections with other people and living in society. This philosophy places great emphasis on authenticity and personal integrity, which is crucial given the tendency to get entangled in facades we present in the roles we play and the personalities we project, both in the realm of seduction and in everyday life. These are merely outer coverings that conceal our true essence. To establish genuine connections, it's necessary to strip away these layers. Forging authentic bonds requires courage and embracing vulnerability, which entails revealing not only our flawless selves but also our uncertainties, fears, and imperfections. This means transparently expressing our intentions and desires, even though it may indeed provoke fear. This is why authenticity in relationships is so invaluable. Being authentic to another person also means being authoritative. When both parties are in this realm of authenticity, the connection transcends to a state where both are attuned to the same purity, an area where words often fall short in describing its nature. Genuine connection goes beyond superficial physical attraction or fleeting kinship. It represents a merging of intellects, emotions, and beings. When one encounters such a connection, they experience a profound sense of acceptance and understanding. This relates to the aforementioned aspect of consent and respect. Respecting each other and acknowledging not only the physical but also the accompanying emotional and spiritual aspects of exploration represents a genuine connection. From ancient times, genuine expression of the spark of connection has been regarded as a manifestation of virtue, reflecting the optimal aspects of human nature in action. In this domain characterized by honesty and openness, we encounter one of the most satisfying and enriching moments of our shared human experience. Therefore, while practicing the art of seduction, remember that the goal is not to conquer or obtain something from another person. Both souls can dance because ultimately, the connection that makes us feel alive, human, and genuine is what we all seek beyond passion and emotions. This, my esteemed companions, is the pinnacle of the art of seduction, a thorough reflection exploring the art of seduction through the lens of Stoicism. We come to understand that seduction is not just a game of attraction and rejection. Rather, it's an opportunity to develop a deeper understanding of oneself and others. Each aspect discussed today provides you with the necessary resources to evolve into an enhanced seducer and an improved version of yourself, fostering self-control and independence. By actively pursuing authentic connections, one not only enhances their seductive prowess, but also strengthens their individual quest for truth and success. So, continue with confidence, my fellow seducers, and ensure that your exchanges are characterized by sincerity, respect, and a constant pursuit of genuine relationships. I urge those who have enjoyed today's content to consider subscribing to our channel. Please feel free to leave your feedback below so that I may acknowledge your presence. I look forward to meeting you in the next video. Stay in the presence of creation.